Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome to Night Case Files. Thank you to the developer for the code. Night Case Files is taking part in the Choose Wisely Festival 2025. That's taking place from December 8th through the 15th on Steam. So go check it out. Night Case Files, along with a bunch of other games, are taking part, and definitely should go check it out if you're into narrative choice-based games, which is a lot of visual novels too. So anyway, let's new game. Hopefully I've got my controller set up for this. Please select your language. You cannot switch languages midway. Unfortunately, the arrow keys don't work. Nah. English. Alright. Before reading the story, this visual novel is for a 12+ audience. Contains some fantasy violence, combat, death, horror, drinking, and smoking. Contains romantic depictions of kissing, including LGBTQ+. The story is fictional. All characters' events described in this story are fictitious. Any resemblance to any person, living or deceased, is entirely coincidental. Any resemblance or correspondence to places, names, persons, or past persons, products, or legal entities is coincidental and unintended. I want to... Can I tidy UI? No. I don't think so. There's config. Alright, well, cool. Sub-stories can be viewed after clearing the main story. Operation method. About the game feature, config, and tips, color keywords. Okay. Special options. What if? Story. When special option appears, think carefully before choosing. Some choices are optimal. Some reveal truth through pain. Some will show you something special. Special choices don't necessarily lead to bad outcomes. They can also uncover clues to uncovering the world's truth. Saving after each choice is a good idea. Read main story. I think I've at least got the controller set up for the main thing, which is advancing the text. Anything else, I'll have to figure it out. People talk about common sense. The things all people of sound mind should already understand. The knowledge and behavior an ordinary person can be expected to know. Discussions revolve around who has common sense or who is heuristic, if a heuristic is common sense. Don't steal from others, for example, or don't damage public property. Common sense is derived from laws, religion, cultural customs, and 1,000 other facets of society. As long as everyone agrees on the common sense built on those beliefs, no one will cause harm. But there is a deep flaw in following common sense. When everyone follows the rules rigidly, curiosity withers, and new ideas and discoveries become rare. What other people see as normal changes every day until the old norms collapse. That's how it's always been. The common sense of today will change, shifting and warping into the new common sense of tomorrow. What seemed reasonable will be strange, and what was strange will be reasonable. But who decides what's allowed to change and what is not? I'm in a carriage at sunset, somewhere where thick clouds are blown by the wind. I think about common sense as I look at the scenery outside. We are traveling in this carriage towards the residence of the Duke of Dark. The Duke was accused of conspiracy to seize power, using an impostor to impersonate his daughter. As a Knight of the Royal Guard, I'm going undercover to obtain evidence of this. Until a few hours ago, I was nervous. I'm not working as a bodyguard for this mission, but that doesn't matter now. I'm more curious about the person in front of me, Schotten Dunkelheit, a knight of the Capital Guard. A handsome man with dark hair and blue eyes, seductive with his words regardless of the gender of his partner. He is notorious for always choosing blonde partners in their 20s or 30s. You might consider him frivolous, a knight who is solely driven by his desires, but it's quite the opposite. He's a serious man with great sense of justice. He wouldn't be here otherwise. Commander Licht must really want me dead. He's terrible. What can I do? He's far too cheerful. Schotten smiles as if he's enjoying this. How can he laugh like that when they've ordered him to play the role of decoy? He's risking his life. In my whole life, I've never seen anyone so happy after being ordered to face death. I can't help but wonder why he keeps smiling when he may soon have his life destroyed and ego extinguished. What is it, Wilhelm? Our eyes meet. I don't know what to say, so I smile back. Well, I was thinking that this might be fun. It certainly will be fun. Jotun crosses his arms again. Still, it would be better if you don't come any closer to this side. This is what happens to people who stray from common sense. Yeah, I know. I'm sure Jotun will die tonight. He looks happy to have a purpose and place to die. Lit Phoenix, the commander of the Knights of the Royal Guard, intends to do the same. He gave me the order to protect Jotun's corpse. My orders don't make sense to me, no matter how many times I think about them. Even after the mission plan was explained to me, I still couldn't understand. I look out the window again. The clouds, which had been tinged with the fiery colors of the setting sun, have lost their color and turned ashy gray. It'll rain soon. I don't want to die. Unlike Jotun, I have nothing to risk my life for. But I may be a little envious of him for being the person he wants to be. I know the blackened blood of the unbleeding dead. I know the static blaze of the unmoving dead. I know the decay and dust of the unbreathing dead. I know the lamentations of the unspeaking dead. I know the fate of an untimely death cannot be changed for the unfortunate dead. But I believe there is meaning to be found in life for the fortunate dead. Fortunate living? However, the only thing a man so deep in death can offer is a painless end to those about to die. Assaulting a corpse is a terrible act, second only to an execution. I call him the corpse killer. This is the story of the knight who sinned against common sense. Chapter 1. Those Who Long for Normalcy. Wilhelm's POV, a present palace research kitchen. The Duke of Dirk and the Lady Margaret impersonation case. The ephemeral silver lady died a year ago. All newspapers are sensationalist, aren't they? I read the morning paper aloud as I bask in the sunlight pouring into the kitchen. It's been part of my daily routine since joining the Royal Guard. See, magical flora are used regularly as magical catalysts and as a component of medicines. Reports claim that the price hikes for magical flora were due to crop failures or fires. However, the truth is that they were caused by a duke with a penchant for paganism. Oh, come on. As I read the complicated text, the kitchen... you're getting better at reading. As I read the complicated text, the kitchen manager approaches, preparing the second batch of dough for the day. His name is Leon. He is a 23-year-old who teaches His Majesty and likes to bake bread. I met Leon in this kitchen about 6 months ago when I got lost in the palace. We hit it off and became close friends. Rude! Of course I can read this. Really, 6 months ago, I could barely read any of the harder words. Well, I couldn't remember anything that wasn't used in the arms trade. So you admit you couldn't read properly. Ugh. You sure know a lot for a baker. Are you really a commoner? I'm a baker, but I was born in the palace. That's how I know everything. But if you're not clever, you won't be able to serve His Majesty. Yes, you're right. I think Leon said he was the son of a servant who worked in the palace. Maybe that's why he has so much knowledge of national and domestic politics. Anyway, how much of the paper did you get? Leon let the dough rest and starts to write something on the paper. I don't know much about cooking, but it looks like he's experimenting with fermentation using a new type of yeast. I think I understand half of it. Are you okay? You're a Knight of the Royal Guard and you participated in that investigation, right? You weren't slacking, were you? I did my job properly. It's just that there are so many titles and things. I always need to check the guides to remember them all. It's hard to remember all the titles of knights and nobility besides. A noble title is the office and name of someone important. When a person gets power, they also get a new name or title. So I believe there was a voice option in here. If I turn it on. I get it. Okay, yeah, it is Japanese voice. Got it. I get it. Although I only remember the titles of important people from where I live. I understand that's normal. You need to remember everyone's name and face. The Royal Guard protects royalty and guests, right? A knight needs to know who he's protecting. I know. There's nothing Leon doesn't know. Somehow he even knows about the Knights of the Royal Guard. Maybe he has friends other than me who are knights? Since I know everything, would you like to help me bridge your gaps? Yeah, I'd appreciate it. Good. So what is it that you don't understand? Can you start from the beginning? Are you stupid? I'm not. It's too much stuff, and I don't have time to learn it all. Guess I don't have a choice. Leon looks somewhere far away in size. Perhaps my answer took him by surprise. Let's start with the Duke of Dirk. The Duke of Dirk is one of the nobles of this country, the Phoenix Kingdom, as citizens can trace their history back to the Phoenix Clan. The Phoenix Clan founded this country almost 600 years ago. Over time, they intermarried with humans to make the country what it is today. The Phoenix Clan is one of several long-lived tribes in this world. They turn to ashes every 500 years, but are said to be reborn and live for eternity. Physically, they're similar to humans. Humans are a short-lived species distributed throughout the continent. We have the largest population, have an average life expectancy of about 70 years. When you unravel the history of this country, it seems like a fairy tale. What even is immortality? Surely in the past, the things we find unrealistic now are as ordinary as anything. And the things the past found unthinkable are now considered totally pedestrian. But the only reality I know is the here and now. I can't understand the immaterial past. Well, it sounds like a fairy tale, but it's true. The Phoenix Clan and immortality are real. Have you ever met them, Leon, a phoenix or a possessor of immortality? I've had that honor, and what about you? I don't know. I just can't believe it. Truth is, I've seen them, but it still doesn't feel real to me. It's like living in a fantasy. As a Knight of the Royal Guard, I see members of the Phoenix Clan all the time. But it doesn't feel right. Seeing them feels more like a bad dream. I see, it is the way it is. Leon seems to have met them too, but he doesn't say anything more about it. Let's get back to the subject. The Lotcher family, who ruled the Duchy of Dirk, are one of the families with clear ancestry. Your ancestor's name is the Iridescent Phoenix. There are other famous families, but if I tell you now, you'll just forget them, so we'll do it later. That would be good. You have to remember that the Duke of Dirk is an old and powerful nobleman. He's a big deal. Alright. I'll look at the newspaper again. It says that the Duke managed the distribution of magical flora, in addition to his trading business. At some point, he stopped his sales of magical flora due to his connections with a pagan cult. The Duke stopped the distribution of magical flora, but it's important, isn't it? It is. It's no exaggeration to say that it is essential, and it's used as a fuel for anything powered by magic as well as for medicine. Plants that accumulate magic power, magical flora, are used regularly in everyday life. Every living thing and substance in the world is composed of magical power, and magical flora affect it. The human life force is made of magical power. How much one has varies by race and individual and is tied to their lifespan. Other traders dealt in magical flora, but the Duke had the most trade. He used it for personal reasons and hoarded it, which caused the price hike. But Leon... Yeah? Why does the Duke of Dirk have so much influence over the trade? It's simple. The Duke owns a large amount of land where magical flora can be harvested. Yeah, that's a simple reason. Plus, the Dirk family was obsessed with the Phoenix Clan. They've researched how to increase their longevity for generations and discovered that magic in the body is related to life expectancy. Is the Duke of Dirk a magician? In this day and age, I don't think so. If he were a magician, it would have been a bigger problem. I remember the incident. 7 days ago, when we, the Knights of the Royal Guard, infiltrated the city, Duke Dirk was an ordinary aristocrat. Recall that the guards were private knights and hired mages. I bet the Duke's corruption and downfall was triggered by a strong desire. Leon, you know a lot about this stuff, especially intricacies of royalty and nobility. Can't survive here if you don't know even the basics. If you don't know Okay. Well, Leon says that his pain is evident. Perhaps he has duties outside teaching His Majesty? It's hard. You're just supposed to be a civilian who bakes bread. It would be better if I could just bake bread all the time. Look at the freshly baked bread on the table. Leon's mouth-watering pastries are filled with a sweet jam. This is your reward for today. Eat as much as you want. Take the bread and bring it to my mouth. Ordinary citizens of the capital can afford such luxuries every morning. Yes, today the bread is also soft and delicious. The strawberry jam is out of season, but still available. Long live the king. I am not just your tutor, I'm also a top-notch baker. It's good to see you eating with gusto. Because it's so good. You can eat all the bread you want, but I want you to read the paper out loud while I'm working, he told me. That's why I'm reading the paper. Leon has a lot of information at his disposal because of his job as a palace baker. He doesn't have a lot of time on his hands because he has to cook. That's why I, a literate knight, came along. And it's too bad I can't eat your pastries unless we're on night duty. If I were on duty here, I could eat them all the time. I see. You don't stand guard at the royal palace. You stand guard at the Shane Castle, don't you? That's right. It's quiet and not too crowded, but it's not always calming since Commander Licht and Franz are there. The Knights of the Royal Guard have two bases. One is here in the actual royal palace. The other is Shane Castle, known as the Old Royal Palace. Shane Castle was once home to the royal family and it still has some of that beauty. Some knights stay in Shane Castle because there isn't enough space in the palace, but some are there for personal reasons. You get nervous, Will? You don't seem like the type. Anyone gets nervous when their life is in danger. I mean, I could be killed at any moment, so I think it's understandable. Huh, your life's in danger. From what I've heard, Franz is like a meddling father who loves his daughter. Exactly, Franz is a good man. I respect him as a gentleman. Sometimes I worry a little. He shares a room with me and can be overbearing. Just as a parent does. Franz Dietrich Ahrens is a 40-year-old ace knight in the Royal Guard. He's kind, reliable, and pleasant. He's also a loving father who adores his 6-year-old daughter. And also, everyone is apparently, like, supposed to be super hot. I guess that makes sense, right? That's how it always is. He doesn't look it, but he is one of the 5 greatest masters of the combat arts in the country. Previous king recognized his skills and gave him a bracelet with a royal crest. Now he's my instructor and partner in missions. I think you would get along very well with my father. He's quiet. Your father? I'd like to meet him. I'll invite you to my parents' house if you'd like to meet him, but I think you'd end up intimidated. You're not that scary. I'm more like my mother. If I were like my father, I wouldn't be your friend, would I? Is he that cool? Wow. His nickname is Warrior Dwarf. It's quite an apt nickname. My father is a good blacksmith and a good mechanic. Children used to call him Dwarf because of his old wounds and poor posture. But he likes it. He says it's because dwarves are synonymous with blacksmiths in fairy tales. So Commander Licht is a beautiful, fair-haired man, right? He was the king's old teacher. They say that when they stand side by side, the commander is the one who looks like royalty. You should be careful. It's a bit rude to say that. Perhaps. Commander Licht is a very glamorous and beautiful man. He could be described as a delicate, but with a handsome face, or a beautiful woman dressed as a man. His long golden hair pulled back in a single knot goes very well with the pure white uniform of the Royal Guard. But he only looks delicate. Oh, what's he really like? He is the embodiment of fear and awe. In my opinion, I can tell you the people who worship Commander Licht don't know his true nature. I mean, he gets very serious during close combat, then tries to kill you with a big smile on his face. I see. Nah, it's scary. I can describe him as princely, but only in terms of his appearance. It's considered bad form to express feelings of joy in the face of missions and instances of combat. Even if you ignore that unfortunate trait, he's still a combat mechanic. It's like the saying that roses have thorns. I have talked about him with my comrades, and they just say he's not like that, or they like that about him. Do they respect him too much to notice? Maybe Commander Licht thinks it's okay to show you his true personality. I've never heard any strange rumors about him myself. As Leon says that, excuse me, he hands me a paper bag. It smells like fresh baked bread. Oh, thank you. I'll have it for dinner tomorrow. Take the bag from Leon's hands. He's a good friend. I have good food and I'm saving money, so I'm happy. Poor Commander Licht. He lost to my bread. Of course he loses. He's so demanding. Huh? He always wants what he doesn't have, and he does things that could wreck what he wants. It's been about 6 months since I joined the Knights of the Royal Guard and got involved with Commander Licht. The commander is definitely scary, but recently I've noticed that intimidation is kind of clumsy. I feel like he threatens and pressures others because he just doesn't have a diplomatic personality. To me, it seems like he's just trying to get attention. He wants it, but he doesn't know how to get it without being a pain. Leon, do you know the commander? Yes, I'm His Majesty's mentor. It's only natural that you know the Royal Guard. Oh, I see. That's right. Leon smiles as he looks at me. When he's like this, it's usually because he knows something that I don't. But he wouldn't tell me even if I asked him, so I won't mention it. Change the subject. You were at the crime scene, weren't you? Yes. Did you find out what the paper said about the cult the Duke participated in? I've been ordered not to say anything, so just take heed of what you read in the papers. I see. Although Leon works at the Royal Palace, I can't say anything. The cult is under investigation. Whoa. The body of the young lady was placed in a glass coffin in the basement of the chapel. The coffin was filled with a clear liquid made from pressed magical flora. That was strange. In the Phoenix Kingdom, we practice cremation. Everyone, regardless of class, cremates their dead. We imitate the Phoenix land in the hope that they will be resurrected after death. So it has to have been a heretical practice. Corpse was strange. It was like a puppet, or as if the soul had already left the body and gone somewhere else. I infiltrated the Duke of Dirk's mansion to expose its evils, and identified the corpse as Lady Margaret Lachey? My first impression of the corpse was that it was inhuman. What are you thinking about so hard? Sorry, I was just thinking about the Duke's dead daughter. Ah, the fragile silver-haired lady. The beauty of the world or something. Do you feel sorry for her? I don't know. You don't know? Yeah, you never know what's in other people's hearts. When I heard she was very ill before she died, I thought it must have been hard for her. But it's also possible that she didn't feel it was a hardship. She didn't say so, you know? What else do you think, Will? Leon encourages me to keep thinking. He's older than me, but there are times when I feel he has a dignity that cannot be explained by age. Isn't he like 23? I feel like I'm leaking investigative information, but my intuition tells me that it would be better to go with him. I'll just give him my opinion. Don't tell anyone what I'm about to say. I don't want to be accused of leaking information. I don't want people to think I'm weird. They just think I'm a commoner who joined the Royal Guard. I don't care what others think of me, so it should be fine. However, I don't want the people around me to get into trouble. I won't get anyone in trouble, I promise. After receiving a firm response, I speak. Her face was soft in death. Not peaceful, but that's the impression she gave me. She wanted to die. Well, that's what I think. Leon smiles a little, then cracks a big grin. You're a funny guy, you know that? Is that how you see me? I think so. I'd hate not to see you at the palace, so you better work hard as a knight. Night, hun. I'll take care of the rest. Something wrong? Do you hate your job? I don't hate it. I'm just not sure I can do a good job of it. You're talking nonsense again. From what you've told me, you have a good future as a knight. A topic maybe I'm not cut out to be a royal knight has come up several times since I met Leon. Each time, Leon objectively analyzed what the commander and my colleagues were telling me and encouraged me. Well, if you say so, it's probably true. I always ask you the same thing, so why don't you have confidence in yourself? I can't tell you. Really? I'm not sure. Maybe it's a lack of determination. I know it's something I have to figure out for myself. Then I can't help you. Leon says that and puts down his pen. I put my notes away and start cleaning the countertop. I think we should go. It's about time. Yes, I finished the preparation, so I can get back to it this afternoon. I'll go home. I stand up with the paper bag in my hand. The sunlight, which has been shining my eyes this whole time, has begun to soften. The next assignment is tomorrow afternoon, so I'm heading back to Shane's castle just to take a nap and get ready for work tonight. Goodbye, Will. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow? Well, I'll say hi if I see you. I'll be at the Royal Palace for my duties tomorrow. His Majesty will be attending a friend's tea party, and I'll be escorting him. I'll be able to see Leon before that. Oh, don't worry. We'll definitely see each other. Why? Secret. Leon smiles and goes to the back of the kitchen. Seems to be hiding something, but it doesn't matter. I guess I'll find out tomorrow. I also decide to leave quickly and leave the palace kitchen. Main street of the capital. But I think as we've left the kitchen, I will call it good there. It's a little taste of a night's case of files. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, maybe click the bell for notifications. Also be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord, come hang out, get notifications there as well. And also be sure to go check out Choose Wisely Fest, taking place December 8th through 15th on Steam 2025. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!